question of the day.
Woo!
If you could take one American athlete, we'll say current, again, could be any single sport, to switch to play the game of soccer. I'm talking like in their youth. Like they don't go to college to play the sport. They don't play pro. They just simply, you know what, at the age of 10 or so, I'm going to play, or 8, I'm going to play soccer. I'm going to become one of the best at it. And they just don't play football, basketball, hockey, or baseball. Which one would it be? And they're going to become elite at it because whatever they do in their sport currently, they do that in the game of soccer.
So when I think about what athletes would make the best soccer players, probably not a football player, I'm guessing. Football is a lot more about like explosiveness, maybe like shiftiness is important, I'd say, for wideouts and maybe defensive backs, but outside of that, it's explosive over a short period. Hockey, no, I'm assuming they're not as great on the ground. They're better on skates. Baseball, probably not. I think of the NBA. And the reason why I think of the NBA is because these guys are so shifty. They change directions so quickly. They can, with a man in front of them, I mean, just one step and they're by you. It's literally, you watch the game from up close and you're like, how are you supposed to legally guard these human beings? Like, they're aliens the way that they move. Now, mind you, I think there is such a thing as too tall for soccer. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. There's certain guys who I'm sure have been exceptions to that rule, but I don't know too many 6'11" dudes that are out playing soccer. He's probably a little too gangly to be able to control the ball and do all those other things. But if there's one person that I think, and I've always said this, I mean, why not LeBron? Like, and I'm talking
LeBron
prime
James.
time LeBron. I'm talking like Cavaliers LeBron James, right? First of all,
He's 6'9".
shiftiest dude of all time. You change directions. Yeah, but he's a brick, though. It's a little bit if you're 6'9" and you're a string bean, but if you're a brick, I mean, like, I don't know. You tell me, Ryan. Does size matter in soccer? Does it really matter that much more?
When you look at the best player of all time, he's small. He's smaller than me. He's like 5'6".
True.
I
I mean,
would
it's more about
say
skill. That's the thing.
depend. So if you're looking at a defender, yes, I think it does. If you're looking at a center back, you're looking at a goalie, yes. Midfielder, if you're looking at a CDM, yes. Striker, yeah.
What about like winning 50-50 balls, like headers and stuff? I mean, if you're up top, I mean,
it depends to an extent. I think it does.
but I mean, someone has to put the ball in the right place. So I guess it only matters if you have, a good setup person around you. But
Like
no, I
Ronaldo's
think
6'2". 6'2". That's
okay,
pretty big. I would
right.
say yes to an extent. I would say it does matter a little
Because
bit.
you can teach a basketball player the endurance side of things. Like, that would be the biggest adjustment if you're going from basketball to soccer, because you can fit an entire basketball court inside of like a regulation professional field. You can fit an entire court inside of what the goalie's box is, I think. Unlike like a FIFA, like for like the World Cup, the fields that they'll be playing on, I think you can fit the whole thing inside of it. So like the amount of room and the endurance and the length in which you're running in soccer is far different. Like your heart has to be in a different spot than what it is maybe playing in the National Basketball Association. So to that degree, you can teach him that. But what you can't teach him is the intangibles, right? Which is size, if it ends up playing a role, skill, which is something that obviously he has. And again, if he dedicated his whole life to playing the sport of soccer and not playing the sport of basketball, my guess is he would have figured out how to be pretty skilled with the ball on his foot. That's just my prediction. But it's just the size thing that always makes me go, simply because, again, 6'9", how can you act good? Can you actually be with your feet? But again, this is LeBron James. He's like, in terms of being able to be as skilled as he is at his size, I mean, he's the best since Magic at the size that he's at. So
I'm going the running back position. I got 3 in mind right now. I got Jahmyr Gibbs, I got Saquon Barkley, I got CMC. Jahmyr
I
Gibbs
think
is out.
Saquon would.
Yeah, look at him. He's so explosive, so quick, so fast.
I think it'll probably only last like 20 minutes out there, though.
Well,
He's
you just said you
he's
could
a
teach
he's
the
a
person
he's
the
a big
endurance.
dog.
You could just
Okay, all right.
well, obviously
that's
they wouldn't
fair.
be as
Yeah.
big. They wouldn't be the size they are.
True. I keep thinking like right now. Okay, we're going back to like childhood here.
That's what I
like
said.
they're starting off. All
You
right.
take them
Okay.
from
All
the
right. I
childhood.
remember.
Instead
Yeah.
of
Right.
them playing
Okay.
that sport, they pick up soccer. I'm thinking so. Gibbs, I think, is a little small, 5'9". I'm looking at. I honestly would go Christian McCaffrey. I think he's 5'11". He's explosive. He's shifty, and I think he's a smart football player. He's a really smart football player, and the smarts then carry over to the soccer field. I think this guy would boss the midfield. I think he would. I think he would dominate as a number 10. I think he would
Yeah.
dominate out wide as well. But I think he would really dominate as a center attacking mid. What's Pulisic's height? I don't think he's that
Well,
tall.
and to your point, something else that I
Pulisic's
think is
5'10".
interesting about
So you
Oh,
can put
okay.
him out wide. You can put him at a
Yep.
10. I think Christian McCaffrey's my guy. I was gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs because of his quickness, but again, I view Jahmyr Gibbs as a winger slash outside back. But I'm talking who can make an impact, and someone in the midfield can make an impact. I think Christian McCaffrey
Yeah.
is a number 10. Woo! Christian McCaffrey would dominate.
And I the other thing about running backs too is they see everything that's around them. Like field vision is so important for running backs whenever they get the ball, obviously. So, he's going to be able to read and anticipate and sense where pressure is coming from. And again, all this assuming that, they have the skills with the ball on their foot. But no, that's an interesting point about running backs. I would certainly see something like that. I'm thinking like a speed back or an agility back, someone that's
Turpin?
known for their DJ Turpin. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, would be great in that role too. But I think McCaffrey too. Maybe the McCaffrey before all the injuries, I would certainly put in there. Not that he's not still producing, but no, definitely. No, I can definitely see that. But different sports, different skill sets. But I guess we'll never know. They also hate this conversation. Talk about all the Europeans that leaving bad comments on YouTube. Yeah. They also hate this talk. They're like, you Americans and all your hypotheticals. I'm like, it's a fun talk to have. Nothing more than that. But anyways, this has been episode 209 of Inside the Game.